Hello again and welcome to another Mordian Glory video, and today guys I am super excited to show off to you the completed, the fully functional and operational battle station that is the Mordian Glory Battle Bunker. That's right guys, the YouTube studio is up and running 100%. No more shall battle reports be done in the living room with the washing in the corner and the cat tree in the other corner. We now have a proper dedicated space to do all of our battle reports for the Mordian Glory channel. It is going to be super great. It's very exciting times, and I just want to spend 5 minutes showing off what I've been able to put together here and get you guys really hyped and pumped and excited for some awesome battle reports that will be coming up. The moment that the UK lockdown is over and we're able to have people inside the houses again, which should be in May of this year, that I'll be having people in here. Battle reports will be filmed, glory will be won for the Emperor, and I am just so excited to finally have a dedicated space to do all these awesome battle reports. And so before we go any further, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You guys are truly just amazing people. Without you, this project and many others simply could not have been done. And I'm continuously blown away by your generosity. You guys are just, you're legendary, you're awesome, and I can't put it into words. Just like, I never thought I'd be able to put something together like this. And it's thanks to your amazing support that I've been able to do that. So just properly thank you. Anyway, before we get too emotional and too gushy, you're in the guard, goddammit. Before we get too emotional, let's do a quick tour of the the brand new Battle Bunker YouTube studio. So I suppose the first thing to do is take a look at these display cabinets. Now, these are from IKEA and they are the Billy Oxberg display cabinets. I got them new from IKEA and it took quite a while for them to arrive, to be honest. There's a bit of a backlog on IKEA furniture at the moment, and they're glass fronted, proper glass, and I just really like display cabinets. For those of you wondering, why didn't I go for a glass display cabinet? Well, to be honest, I found I actually did have a glass display cabinet, the Detolf, but I found that actually it got a lot of fingerprints on it, and it very visibly showed up marks, and it would constantly have to try and clean it. So that was one reason. The other reason, quite simply, was when I came to actually pull the trigger on this, there were none available. And I thought, okay, this is the best alternative. And it was actually a bit of a happy accident, because to get the sort of same amount, four display cabinets, as it were, of Detolfs would have cost me about the same as getting these things. But actually I would have had less shelves, because those glass display cabinets only have 4 shelves, whereas these have 6, and it's much easier. There's little holes in the side there, much easier to add additional shelves if I want to. With the Detolf, you actually have to go on eBay and like buy these third-party different shelves, and it just doesn't look as good. So I thought, you know what, easier to add shelves, actually get more shelves in general, actually looks just way better as the proper cabinets attached to the wall. They're properly fixed in at the top and everything. So I thought, you know what, these actually are better. These are actually bookcases, but as you can see, they do really good job as Warhammer display cabinets. Now the lights, they are just, I know I've had a few questions about these when I've been posting things on Instagram. The lights on the inside, they're actually just from B&Q. You can get a pack of 3 for a pretty reasonable price, and they come with batteries, and you literally just, you stick them, they've got a little sticky pad, you stick them to the top, and yeah, there you go, and just you press them in, and they come on. So I thought, you know what, I'd get a bunch of those. I was only going to have one per row, but I thought, let's not skimp out, we're going to do it, let's do it right. 2 per row to get maximum lighting as possible. Now, speaking of lighting, well, we'll get to that in a second actually. I also got these propaganda posters. I really wanted to make it feel like you're in some sort of Warhammer 40k room. So speaking of so I've got these posters. Now these were from Redbubble. There's loads you could choose from. I decided to go for these because I thought you can't beat a good, just simple Inquisition eye in the corner. And now this isn't obviously from 40k, but you can't go wrong with a bit of 1984. It is very grimdark. And then of course the classic I Want You for the Imperial Guard. Now moving round at the other end of the room, we have the Mordian flag. This is also from Redbubble, and it looks absolutely fantastic. In fact, one of my people on Facebook actually said, Morning Glory, you should check this out, and I did, and it looks really, really cool. I've also got 2 more LED lights shining down there. I've gone a bit lighting mad, but I'll explain about that in a moment. Now the last thing to say, and apologies if the glare is going to be a problem for you guys, but I'm going to show you the industrial light system I've got up there. There we go. You can barely see it, but you can see it's almost iridescent. It's really, really bright. And so that was one of the other things that I had to get to grips with. Now, then, last but not least, we have the regimental power sword, Valyrian steel on the wall. Still up for some names. The current best name that someone suggested is the Glory of Mordia, because, you know, obviously. But yeah, that's probably what I'm going to end up calling it. But if anyone else has got any cool ideas for the regimental power sword, please let me know. So I actually had that sword for ages. I just bought it on a whim one time, but never just sort of sat in a corner. But, you know, actually I thought, you know what, I can actually use it now. So just thought that's really, really cool. And again, I was with the studio, I was really trying to go for this whole. It's obviously a YouTube studio, but I wanted to really theme it. So I thought, let's get some 40k stuff going on. Let's get some propaganda posters. You can't have a proper nerd den without having some kind of weapon mounted on the wall. I was looking at maybe getting a las gun or something on the wall, but instead I thought, you know, I've already got this, and I really want to use it. It is really, really cool. So I thought, you know what, let's go for that instead. Now, also, I should say, there's other areas. We've not even looked at the table yet. We'll be getting to that in a moment. But also, we've got this area. Now, it sounds crazy, but this is one of the areas I'm most excited for. You see, this is actually going to be the army parade area where I'll film armies before they go on the table. You see, one of the big problems I had in the old living room was simply that I had to sort of move the terrain out of the way, or not deploy the terrain, film the armies, and then move the terrain back or push the armies to the side of the table. And it was all a bit messy, but you know what now? You can get one army out here, you can get one army out here, we can get down, I can do it properly, do some proper recording, going along, zoom in, and also it'll be great for when the armies are deployed and everything. We can have codexes out here, rule books for checking pages, maybe even if it's a pure infantry army, a bit more of an overspill area for the dead pile. Really, really cool. And under here, I wanted to have some. It was quite bare, so I thought, you know what, I'll put some display cases down there, and I've got loads of appropriately themed 40k display cases that I've picked up over the years. So I thought, you know what, boom, let's have a look. Almost it adds to the theme. It almost looks like a 40k style, like ammo crates or something underneath, which is something I really wanted to do. So yeah, but also helps out the fact that I'm storing, some models in there. Mostly unpainted stuff goes in there. To be honest, guys, that's the unpainted boxes of shame. So yeah, and then lastly but not least at all, we have, of course, the table itself where the magic will happen. So again, it's the same gaming table as before, but what I've done heavily in preparation for battle reports. Starting up again, is I have heavily invested in new terrain, new battle mats and things like that. So the problem was when we switched from 8th to 9th edition, the table size has changed, but I didn't have the new mats or anything, so I was only having to try and mark out the edge of the new area. It just didn't look very good. I was trying to do it with sci-fi DVDs, but it still looked a bit shit. So you know what I thought? If we're going to do a battle bunker and we're going to have battle reports starting straight away, let's get the proper size table. So I've bought and invested in several of these appropriately sized mats. These are actually the Games Workshop ones. These are quite good simply because they are double-sided. So I actually got 2 for 1 in there. So we've got a sort of Mars themed side. We've also got a classic ruined city side. Now I am keeping an eye on these, to be honest, guys, because as you can probably see on the camera now, because they are cardboard, they are a bit reflective. So I'm going to see how it goes, but don't worry, if it is a bit bright when we're doing the filming and whatnot, I've got some other options that I can bring out for sort of appropriately sized neoprene battle mats as well. But I think once we're over here and we're filming, it shouldn't be too bad at all. Now underneath, I won't show you the underneath. I'll give you sort of a little glimpse, but you can see I've invested in some other carry cases. I've also invested in some, as you can probably see down there. I don't want to show you too much because it is a bit messy, what's stored under there. but you can see I've invested in some drawers to keep the models in and everything as well. I had some already, and I got some more. So that's where the sort of pile of shame and terrain and storage and all that kind of stuff is going to be kept. And last but not least to mention is I've done a little video on this, but I wanted to do a little follow-up. Again, I've been talking about getting some new terrain for the channel, and I'm looking at this stuff. This is Battle Systems terrain. There's no sponsor, no affiliation. They have no idea I'm doing this video and I'm mentioning them. But this stuff is really, really good. It's pre-painted, and especially now that I'm trying to keep all my Warhammer in one room in a dedicated space, it totally disassembles and flat backs really easily. It's made out of really durable die-cut cardboard. It's really cool stuff. But as you can see, when you take a bit of time, when I did my initial video, I showed off some of the basic ruins, and I also showed off some random buildings that I'd made out of it that were basically just cubes. They didn't look very good, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a proper show off of the new terrain for the battle bunker. I'll actually build the building properly as it's meant to be done. And as you can see, that looks very, very cool. Proper frontier style, AdMech style outpost. I've even put a little tech priest on top, and you can see some of the scatter terrain. It comes with these really detailed consoles and crates. All of it. It comes with loads of free scatter terrain, which is really, really good. You can see some more stuff there. So really cool stuff. So that is hopefully getting you guys super, super excited for the battle bunker. We've got display cases, we've got propaganda posters, we've got a brand new gaming terrain and battle mats, we've got a big F-off sword, and we've got a flag. I mean, if you've got a flag, you've got victory. Now, one last thing to mention, I'm sure some of you will be curious, saying, why have you got the curtains closed in the daylight? I mean, you know, do you want as much light as possible? One of the things that I've been looking into with this, guys, and I won't go into too much, is the lighting. And I found that when you've got your artificial light and your daylight, they really sort of, they crisscross, and it actually doesn't look very good. So when we're doing filming, we'll probably have all the main lights on, which will help cast a really even light across the whole area. And all of those lights up there, I won't blind you again, but all of those lights there, they're fully adjustable, so I can twist and turn them to get the right, even if, I'll try and show you, but even like, this bit here, you see, that moves as well. Oh, that's really blinding. Anyway, I won't. But that's it, guys. Yeah, I've got all my lighting sorted. I've got my table sorted. I've got my terrain sorted. I actually wanted to have a bit more ready to show off for you guys, but I didn't have quite enough time to build it all. I was busy putting the final touches onto this over the weekend, but I've got a lot more than just that. Don't worry. I'm going to have enough to festoon the whole table with awesome themed terrain. One of the first games I want to do is going to be on an abandoned Adeptus Mechanicus research facility, and I'm going to have loads of these. They'll all be unique, but loads of different buildings to show like this abandoned research facility. And hope maybe, I'm not sure who's going to be fighting over it yet, but that's what I'm going to get ready, so that the moment that I can, we can get games in here, battle reports in here. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'll give you one last pan around. Got the displays, got the posters, got the flag. I want to put a picture on the back of that door actually. And we've got the parade area. And last but not least, we've got the regimental heirloom, the power sword of the Mordian 50th Rifles. So yeah, there's still some work to be done, to be honest. Like I said, I want to maybe do something with the back of the door, maybe have some sort of ornaments around, try and do a bit more theme, but I don't want to overdo it, I don't want to overcrowd it. You know, because I've left these quite big gaps here and one on the other side as well. That's because, as you can see, there's a little tripod thing in the corner there. I want to have it set up, because I've seen a lot of battle ports where they have it set up pointing at the table, and then also other cameras that people are hand holding and everything. So I might do that at some point. But anyway, we'll leave that there for now, guys. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this battle report soon, hopefully. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please leave lots of comments. I hope you guys are excited for this as I am. And of course, I'll see you guys next time.